On the second day in Bar Harbor, we awoke to a beautiful fog across the bay as we prepared to head back to Acadia National Park. We entered the park around 8 a.m. and were greeted by a family of deer out grazing. Our first stop was The Bubbles, which refers to the two mountains, the North Bubble and the South Bubble, that sit at the north end of Jordan Pond. Hiking the Bubbles Trail is one of the best things to do in Acadia National Park. The hike is about 1.5 miles long and takes you to the iconic North Bubble, South Bubble, and Bubble Rock. Make sure you wear hiking shoes or proper footwear as the trail is full of rocks and can be quite slippery. You can hike to the summit of either bubble, but most venture to the South Bubble to the famous Bubble Rock at the top. In addition to Bubble Rock, you will also get a spectacular view of Jordan Pond.
Do you see the lake? I think that might be Jordan Pond. Is that down here?
After admiring the view for a while, we headed back down the trail to head to Jordan Pond. Near the bottom of the trail, there is a path about a half mile long that will lead you to Jordan Pond, but we decided to get back into the car and drive to the parking lot near the pond. As I've mentioned before, Acadia is one of the busiest parks I've been to, and you need to arrive early to secure a parking spot. Since we were there before 10 a.m., we had no trouble finding parking at Jordan Pond. At 187 acres in size and more than a mile across, Jordan Pond is more of a lake than a pond. This pristine lake has visibility down to more than 40 feet and in some areas as deep as 60. The lake was formed by the Wisconsin glaciers and attracts outdoor enthusiasts into canoeing and kayaking. There are no motorboats allowed on this lake, as the lake acts as the water supply for the residents of Bar Harbor.
That's probably like the coldest water we have. Yeah. Echo Lake or Long Pond. Oh, So that wouldn't be considered a purple city. And then how about wildlife? What do you think is the proper?
Our final stop was Cadillac Mountain. Cadillac Mountain offers some of the most scenic views of Acadia National Park and Bar Harbor. The buses do not take visitors to Cadillac Mountain. You must take your own vehicle and you must schedule a time to visit the mountain. On the day we arrived, it was incredibly foggy, so there was nothing to see at the top of the mountain. We then headed back to Bar Harbor one last time to have lunch and see the sights. We headed down to the water's edge and spent some time at Agamont Park. When we returned to our hotel, the cat ferry had arrived and passengers were disembarking. The cat ferry takes passengers from Bar Harbor, Maine to Nova Scotia. The trip is about 4.5 hours by ferry, which saves a lot of time because to drive to Nova Scotia takes about 11 hours. Late in the afternoon, the sun started to come out and created a really cool fog that rolled over the harbor islands. We then settled in for our last night in Bar Harbor, Maine. Bar Harbor was a fantastic resort town, and Acadia has become one of our most favorite national parks. We will definitely come back again, and the next time we'll plan to stay longer. We highly recommend putting Bar Harbor on your family vacation list.